Hi everyone, and I'm very sorry if for the first 10 minutes I will be a bit maybe snappy and I just had a very annoying interaction on TikTok and it just threw me off balance really bad and I just need a bit of a time to regulate myself, you know? Yeah, I'm starting the the game as we speak. Oh yeah, Steam update. That's what I needed right now. Jesus Christ. Hello. I was so lucky because right as I finished. Oh no! Don't tell me that the game is gonna update here as well. I hope you guys this week was great as well. Mine was pretty okay, I would say. Why doesn't it open? Open the fucking game. Sorry, I'm just really. I need 10 minutes to. Oh yeah, it works. I got really lucky with this game because, as you guys might remember, it was a demo version when you only have the first episode, and I really don't like to spend money. But it somehow turns out that I got in the middle of this Steam Black Friday sale, Black Friday sale, and I got this game for $7, all of it. So yeah, I feel like I was destined to have this game. Alright, so last time what happened was my day was okay, aside from what happened 10 minutes ago. Last time we finished episode 1 and yeah, I watched the trailer for the episode 2. And it turns out that the guys are gonna be in a bit of a trouble and we will get more of their family history, so no save file of the awesome adventure of Captain Spirit has been detected. Game experience is enhanced by playing Captain Spirit before episode 2. What? Play Captain Spirit and now I will have to download it? Alright, let's do that. Now you guys know where is when my birthday is. Someone I made an editing. Yeah, as you guys can see,
Peggy 16.
No, turn off. No. As you guys can see, I'm really jittery and overstimulated because of what happened, and very shortly I will try to tell you what happened. I started an editing account on TikTok. Finally. And I can't even install this. I'm so sorry. And I posted an edit of the Thraki in on that account. I can't click anything. I can't turn this off. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not playing that whatever that Captain Spirit thing is because I don't want to download it right now. I don't give a shit. And people, fuck. Okay, some deep breaths. Okay, and I posted an edit of the Thraki showing the real life pictures of Mongols and other steppe people that I found on Pinterest, accompanied with traditional Mongolian music. And people in the comments, rather than to say, oh, cool edit, they go, no, actually the Dothraki are based on this. No, they actually the Dothraki are based on that. And they've been fucking arguing with me about this. And like, if you think that the Dothraki were based on something else, then that's great. Go and make your own edit. Instead of discoursing and arguing under something I've made, under something I took time to make. That's why I'm angry about, because like, the disrespect. If you dislike the edit, just move on. Or like, if you want to critique the way the edit was done on a technical level, great. But if you think that there's been other inspirations, which by the way, I looked at the actual inspirations, and George R. R. Martin says Mongols, Huns, and some elements of Amerindian tribes. Okay, then go and do your edit, instead of arguing with me, oh, these Starks were based on that. The Dothraki were based on that. Okay, make your own edit. Alright? Rant over. I'm not playing whatever the Captain Spirit shit is because I can't download it. I didn't know this thing is something. I'm not. Whatever that is, I'm not playing it. I just want to experience the game. Hello, everyone. I haven't said hello to. Fuck. Proceed anyway. Fuck you.
Once upon a time, in a wild, wild world, there were two wolf brothers living in their home lair with their papa wolf. They all lived happily together, but one day, hunters took their dad away. Forever. So now the brothers were alone, and they had to find a new home. They started a journey through the great big forest. The wolf brothers wandered for days and nights.
Yeah, and here's another thing.
Learning how to live on their own.
I'm not sure if I should say this. Should say
They
this.
slept in the backwoods among creepy
Wait,
creatures.
let him finish speaking, okay?
Barely
And I will
ate
say.
anything. They eventually found a peaceful orchard and were able to eat in peace. But they didn't know. Hunters tried to tie them up, but the wolf brothers managed to escape with the help of a friendly bear.
Oh,
He
he
showed them
totally
how to
brought the
survive.
other bear.
And helped them find a warm camp for the night. That's when the big brother discovered that the little one was not an ordinary wolf, but a super wolf. That's how they found themselves even further, headed to the faraway land of their papa, where they hope to find peace.
Oh yeah, she's a Sagittarius. I don't give a damn about no damn awesome adventures of Captain Spirit, okay? Leave me alone, okay. One of the people who chimed into this conversation was someone with whom I've had very, very, very unpleasant encounters in the past, and for them to just waltz into this conversation like nothing ever happened, it was like, you know, oil to the fire, or however you say it. Okay, but I'm calm now. I'm calm. I'm fine now. Are the frame rates not dropping? No, it's okay, right? Because I changed some display settings a bit.
Try with this one.
That one's too easy. Look,
Don't brag. It was too heavy for you a few days ago.
Okay. Where did his powers even come from, I wonder? Because right now they seem to be like more
let's try
emotion
to lift
based than
something
anything.
else. Not too heavy, though. I'm a little tired.
Sean looks like he's aged like 10 years or something.
I'm so glad Daniel took this little girl with us.
What? What am I supposed to do?
Not your usual shooting range, right?
Alright, so now...
Dude, it's getting late and cold.
So now we
Let's
have
get
the
done with this practice
ability
session.
to...
So, Sean, what should I try now?
Wait a minute. I'm gonna show you something you can try to lift.
Okay, ask to lift.
How about that one?
I can do it with the small rocks, but not the big ones.
You can do this. Trust me. Just relax. Focus.
I'll try.
We're not lifting the dog up, come on. That's animal abuse. People are telling me that I should read the Stephen King book, but there's that one scene at the end that's kinda, you know, making me kinda worry of reading that. Yes! So good!
Whoa!
Holy shit!
I did it!
Like a boss. You're getting good at
You
this.
see that mushroom? That was the biggest rock ever.
Should we... What do you guys want him to lift? He can lift big rock.
Dude, it's getting late and cold. Let's get done with this practice session.
Oh, okay.
How
Ask
about
to
those
lift.
cans? Can you fly them all together without dropping any?
Sure. Look.
That's awesome, dude. You're getting way better at this.
They're not even asking well.
Come on, dude. That's just the start.
Where did that come
Let's try
from?
something
No,
else.
let's just have
Whoa.
fun.
You're like Coach Aaron. You're my power coach. A snowball fight?
Not yet. This is a new exercise, young apprentice. See if you can stop this in the air.
Oh.
Cool?
Okay, but you better not hit me. Like that time you gave me a bruise? Serious.
You won't let me, right?
Try it.
Okay, so this is gonna be some sort of a mini game. How am I?
Aw, that sucked. How about one more?
Find targets for Daniel's power practice. Roddy got out of the room. He even left us some cash. Sure, hope when we meet again one day. Chilling a bit, been ages, real bad, almost too comfy to be true. I miss you so much, maybe you could come back. Had to call Lila one last time. I missed her laughing. How she would get in trouble. Now phone went out for a midnight swim. Safer that way, off the radar. What the actual fuck? What's happening to Daniel? What is he? When did that start? Same thing in Seattle. Fact. What will I do? On the road again. Gotta find ourselves a new hideout then. Puerto Robos. Yeah, I miss him so much. Need cash and supplies before we head to Puerto Robos. We'll hide somewhere till we find out what the fuck is up with Daniel. No fucking idea how we will handle this. Tired, try to sleep now, warm here. Mariba's taking you where you want to be. Where? We're getting off the next station, wherever it is. Charity thrift store in some town southeast of Albany. Found layers for Daniel and me. Harry was cool. Step in someone's backyard shirt. One fire. Oh my god. They're like actually homeless now. Sleeping in a shelter, fake names, they don't seem to give a fuck, no one seems to give a fuck here, they even let more. Leaving town, Crackhead at the shelter almost snatched our stuff last night. Daniel freaked out and lights flickered. Can't risk another incident. What is enojado? Heading out for the forest again, too dangerous. I'm too tired. Okay. So now we're here. Abandoned house. Oh yeah, I got this from buying the entire thing. We don't have a phone anymore. Pocket knife, okay. Alright, let's...
Ready?
Ooh!
Yes! Look! Look what I can do, Sean.
I knew that you could. I've taught you well. But you're a master student.
Oh no, he's sick, no!
Hey, that still sounds nasty. You're not getting better.
I told you. I'm fine.
I love
Just
him so much.
a little beat.
Well, you need to rest now. Superhero.
Alright, we're going back.
Can we go back now?
Yeah. Let's just feel you did awesome today, Daniel. I'm really proud of you. We've been practicing for just a few weeks, but your progress is crazy.
In the original Life is Strange, when Max was overusing her powers, she was getting like
Just a few
headaches
weeks ago,
and all of that.
Daniel couldn't even lift a pine cone.
So I wonder if he's sick because he's overusing his powers or because of what? I mean, they are it's the middle of the winter from what I can gather, and they are outside, so it's not difficult to catch a cold, but like, I'm worried.
We should fill these up now. Don't want to go out during the night. Here we go.
Right, so we got some tasks. Oh, I figured that out myself.
The helitanker's over the wildfire zone. Get ready for water extraction. Ranger Diaz.
Nice work, Daniel. Glad to see our training sessions are paying off.
Thanks to you. So glad I don't have to touch that water. It's too fucking cold.
What the hell? He said
Sorry.
the bad word. He said the...
Fucking.
Yeah, dude. Watch it. Seriously.
Okay.
Oh my god, no. I'm so... No, why did he say the bad word? No.
Finding that house was a miracle.
I'm
afraid
checking
we
if
can't
I can...
stay here much longer.
I'm finding if I can explore. What is he yapping about again?
I went canoeing with Dad on Wenatchee River once. The water was freezing cold. But we had so much fun.
Okay, I can't go there. Go back to the house. I'm just
Daniel's
checking
getting cold.
if
Let's get inside and warm him up.
you can interact with anything here.
You getting hungry?
Not really.
Really? I'm getting hungry.
I can. You eat like a bear, but you don't gain any weight.
That's because I work it off. Sean?
Too bad this wood is rotten.
The family that lived here,
We had to cut some more to keep the house
what
warm.
did happen to them?
Daniel helps me slice wood by holding the logs with his power. Pretty useful.
I can't choose it.
No one leaves a big house like this one. Unless they don't
I
have a
couldn't
choice.
make a choice.
Maybe
I
they
don't
got
even know
tired
what
of
he
these
said.
woods.
Well, I'm glad they left.
Daniel helps me slice wood by
I
holding
would
the logs
like
with his
that.
power.
I
Pretty useful.
miss my friends. And my room.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
this was
Yeah.
definitely like a bug or something. It's not my fault.
Me too. Yep. No meat tonight.
Oh! Almost forgot to check our traps today.
There's nothing in here, little.
What kind of dog were you, Sandy? A cool stray mutt like our little mushroom? How old are these kids today? Runaway millennials and part-time forest squatters at your service.
I prefer to look at everything because it's often helps with the dialogue later, or like you remember, oh, something was there, so we can go catch it and help us with some tasks. So.
Daniel's not getting any better.
I know.
Needs
Sean.
medicine. I don't know if I could
Let's see.
gut an animal anyway.
Whatever.
Must have been a really sweet spot to get a tan in the summer. You can't really name birds, right? Probably the name of a child who used to live here. I miss Dad's barbecues.
Girls,
marinade with
barbecue and
Ashioki
huge
paste.
machines.
Jalapenos. Shit.
Okay, I think we look at everything. Yeah. Couch.
Daniel's getting cold.
Yes, my dude, I
Let's
know.
Sean, what is wrong with...
And I don't know what he said again.
I feel like this month has just flied over us.
Okay, so it's been a month since that bullshit in Seattle happened, right?
It's so silent out here. No neighbors.
Yeah, not my kind of weeds.
It's like we're on another planet.
New planet. We had to use Daniel's gift to break in.
Ooh, cold.
Don't worry, we'll make a fire. We're pros now. Dude, that cough doesn't sound too good.
Nah, I'm okay. Just cold.
You kicked ass today. Level up.
I did. That was so cool. It's getting easier every day. Oh no, Sean. This is a haunted house.
More like, uh-oh, it's time to go over the rules. I told you about showing off.
I was just...
If I had those powers, I would be showing off too.
I know the rules.
Let's find out. What's the first one? Hide your power. If you spin one plate in a diner, what happens?
People will freak out.
And when people freak, what do?
They call the cops.
Exactly. The second rule is...
Don't, never talk about it.
Wow. Nice, Daniel. Because that's usually the hardest rule for you.
Shut up.
And the final rule?
I know.
Come on. You can do it.
Okay. Avoid danger?
Run from danger. This is the most important one. You know why?
I don't know. I mean, with my power, I can help us.
Only as a total last resort.
How
If we
will I
have
know
powers, we might
If
as
there's
well
any other way of
use it to
helping-
our advantage, right?
Do that first.
that? Maybe if I had used it before, Dad might still be here.
No.
Daniel, you didn't even know. That shit was out of your control.
But look what happened to the policeman. Maybe this power is a curse. Or something.
Hey. We have no clue what happened. And it's not your fault.
No, this is bad, guys. They're in really tough position right now.
Don't worry, Mushroom. I'm okay.
Oh.
Good puppy.
She must be hungry. What about you?
I'm always hungry.
Let's grub out. I'll make us some dinner.
Yeah. Before she eats us.
We scored with these clothes. +5 street cred. He's definitely a fast learner. Maybe too fast.
Okay.
The guy who came here sure had time to kill.
I hope it's not like a cabin of some psychopath or something like that.
Robot ready for takeoff.
Kinda weird to use stranger stuff every day, but not like we have a choice.
That picture.
I hate it when I hear Daniel crying at night.
Jesus.
I can't do shit. Mushroom clung to Daniel on the first nights. But now she loves her bed by the fire. Thank God kids used to spend vacations here. Daniel would have been mad without these. Daniel needs a doggo friend. Ready for today's training, puppy? Sit.
Yay!
Shroom, sit. Seriously, girl. Sit.
Mushroom, sit, girl.
Only listen
Are
to
you
Daniel.
kidding me?
You just don't know how to talk to her.
I'll remember this, traitor. High school feels so far away now.
Alright. Yes, only those in his backpack, great.
So glad we traded my stupid blanket for this. Daniel must have been pissed that day. Don't blame him.
Why did... Okay. That Maggie and John, I got a full summer of 93. So that's like a long time ago.
Poor guy. I guess kids have to grow up anyway, right?
Hi Dad, say hello to your little girl in Miami. Yes, there is a sun here and it burns. I love it. Tom knows everybody and I keep waiting to meet Scarface. We're at his friend's killer's condo. What? With a beach view and balcony, I feel so spoiled, but I know John is at a castle in the Alps, so I don't feel so bad. Plus, I really like it here. What a great way to start a new century. I miss our vacation at the Secret Lodge, but I don't miss... Wait, guys, I'm sorry because for whatever reason the chat was not updating. That's why I didn't respond to your messages. Okay. I miss our vacation at the Secret Lodge, but I don't miss the raccoons in my room. Hope you can come visit after December. Love you, Maggie. I thought you guys just stop giving a fuck
Shit.
about what about the
Poor
game.
Donnie's out
It
of
turns
water.
out I just
Hey, Shroom. You thirsty?
I just didn't receive the messages on the chat.
Good girl. I wish I helped Dad more with the house chores back then. Wish I had more than tobacco, to be honest.
You got cigarettes and you're complaining?
There was a little bit left when we came.
There was.
Pretty
Did he drink
disgusting,
that?
but helps staying warm.
Hello, Princess. Hello, everyone. I haven't said hello to. Glad to see that you guys are spending time together now.
Can't believe how. Feels almost good to be cut off from everything.
And I interrupted him again.
Hello, motel room soap. No way I can give any of these to Daniel. Too risky. Pro tip: always boil the water. Unless you want Daniel spraying nasty things on both ends. Once you get used to squatting, it's not so bad. It feels weird to loot other people's clothes, but we need the warmth.
Why was his leg like? So what is wrong with his leg? Oh, like he's
I wonder how far it can go. Hey, I put some clean water in the bathroom
free
so you can
Palestine,
wash a
free
little.
Sudan, and free Congo. Yes,
Okay.
I agree 100%.
No more peeing at night for Daniel. He got so scared. We're lucky he didn't blow up the house. This is rank. Sharing with Daniel was the worst. We never found the key to this door. I guess using the sliding door is cool.
Okay, we looked at everything here, right? Oh,
This room is fucking cold, so we put everything we didn't need in it and keep it closed.
see, that's why I stole the equipment. For him, for my baby boy.
Gotta love one-hit wonders. Yeah. Daniel doesn't need to see this.
Dear Mr. Patrick Hill, this is a reminder for your scheduled chemotherapy appointment at the Hall Patient Center on September 8th at 2 p.m. Please read the enclosed instructions to prepare for your visit. This is like the owner of the house, right? March 25th, 2030, yeah. 2003, sorry.
This thing has saved our ass. Thanks again. Time to get warm. No excuse not to binge read. Of course. He's the town fucking hero now.
Oh no, they wrote about this motherfucker that kidnapped us? Local hero attacked by fugitives in store invasion. Police are investigating a store invasion by the two Seattle runaways believed to be responsible for the death of a Seattle police officer in October. Hank Stamper, owner of a gas station off Highway 5 and a pillar of the community, said he confronted the two brothers, Sean and Daniel Diaz, after they allegedly stole items from his store. We didn't steal anything. I mean, later we did, but it was after. Stamper told the police that the brothers escaped into the woods. Yeah, I was scared. You know how crazy kids can be these days. I think Patrick is the owner of this cabin that they are in, and I think he's dead, but I'm not sure. I think we will maybe find out.
Dead for a week. But at least we got some news. I'm used to ink, so This will be different. Wonder where Brody is now.
Oh yeah, this
Oh
is
yeah. No internet.
this is a letter from Brody. Okay. We looked at everything, right? Okay.
Kinda reminds me of Dad's cheesy posters.
Go there. Daniel's there.
Thanks, Hank. Dickhead.
Fucking good, man. I think he shouldn't have run away in the first place. I understand that if I understand that we wouldn't have a
Really lucked
story.
out stumbling into this house.
Sean, can you shut up for a second? I want to say something. I keep saying from the beginning that he shouldn't have run away. I understand that without this we wouldn't have the story, and I understand why he did that, but it just... Indeed, he's making things worse. And I understand he's like 16, but... You know...
Daniel's been sick for more than a week. And it keeps getting worse.
Me too, like... I wish they went with him. But like... You know...
Here we go.
Hold on, Mushroom. We're gonna build a fire.
Okay.
Dang, I am starving.
Guess it's time to start cooking. Yum.
Too bad I can't make a pizza fly to us. I could start Daniel's delivery service.
Should we discuss that with him? I think we should, to help him process the grief.
He looks so serious on this picture.
I still can't believe he's gone. I miss him so much, it hurts, Sean.
I know, Daniel. It's okay to think about him. I do it too.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Sean.
Yeah. Like sometimes...
Dude, you'll be moving cars around in no time if you keep improving like that.
You really did so?
Well, that'd be a bad idea, but you sure are getting good at this.
I wonder if there's anyone else like me.
This thing is strong as a rock.
Find a clean saucepan, get dinner ready. Okay. Saucepan.
I think we'd know it by now.
What? It was published before?
The plus side really exists. Since he crossed state lines, the feds are now obliged to take over. Federal prisons are way less dangerous than state prisons, and there's actual education programs, so I don't want them to go to prison.
You're even born, Sean.
Okay, clear saucepan. Okay, so I guess I have to investigate some more. Food.
I think I could get used to living like this. Quiet, free. These were all I found when I hit the town last week. Tough choice.
It's all the same, right? It's all the same.
Better talk to Daniel after dinner.
Hey, what are you cooking?
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's your menu choices. Ravioli or ravioli?
Okay.
So tired of eating the same shit.
Never eating this again.
I just want one slice of pizza.
How you doing, Mushroom?
Okay, sorry, but I don't remember what
You're
a
the
saucepan
best
is. I
puppy.
need to check what a saucepan is. Rondel, okay, so something to cook
In the world.
stuff in. Okay, so it has to be like...
I'm just glad we found you.
It has to be somewhere here, like... hidden in cupboards. Where the hell is that?
This house is cool, but it doesn't help with Daniel's health.
Where is it? Maybe here? Fun, okay.
Daniel needs to eat something after all that psychic crap.
Okay, and where do I prepare meal? Okay. I mean,
Nah, it's not ready yet. I'm a ravioli expert now.
yeah, I have no idea what was his plan.
I could do a super cool manga about Daniel. No way I'm touching that. Daniel loves his brand new tablet.
I fear that the further we go, the more fucked we're gonna be. Because otherwise we don't have the story.
Man, I miss listening to music so fucking much.
Okay, we can't look at anything else. What are we going to do now? Wait for the food to be ready? I'll go outside to draw. Let's draw something.
Okay, got it.
Do you guys see how good I am at drawing? All I have to do is look and...
I've looked enough. Time to draw now.
What's going on? Why did he stop like that?
Pretty good. But I can add more details if I want. Cool. I think I'm ready to draw this. Time to take the pen, dude. Come on, girl. Let's get back in.
I got an achievement because I heard the sound. Okay, is the food done now?
Okay.
Probably not,
Dinner's
because
ready.
he needs reference to look, right? Something's fucked up is gonna happen now, I bet.
Getting sick of ravioli.
At least you have something to eat. Exactly.
It's real food. It's better than nothing.
I'm just tired of the same thing. Do you want it, mushroom?
Alright.
Bon appetit, mushroom.
Man, She loves this stuff.
I don't like those guys.
Sorry. I'm cool.
Hold on. I need to show you something.
Okay.
Gotta show him the map. I think I left it with my books.
Map?
Nothing here. Daniel, what did you do with the map?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Where's the map that was with my stuff?
Oh, this map. It's in my tab. Sorry, Sean.
I figured out. Immediately went for that pakas.
Okay, come on, doggy. Let's go, girl. Hey, man. Can you call your dog? I don't exist.
Mushroom, come here, girl.
She just loves Daniel so much more.
What a great team.
I understand that because my cat loves me the most out of the entire household.
Time to play dad dog.
We looked at all of this, right? Looking at it. Okay.
Sean, there's someone at the door.
What the?
Oh.
When did he show up?
I don't know. I just saw him now. Sean, I'm scared.
Don't worry, Nano. It's probably just someone lost. Can we help you? Hello? Daniel?
Got you.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Okay.
That was really funny. I'm
Good
sorry.
job.
He's hilarious. He's hilarious. I love
You
him so
almost
much.
shit your pants.
Of course I did, man.
I actually got scared.
Anyway,
I actually got scared.
yep. No more indoor training sessions.
I love him. No, that was funny. That's why I said that it's funny. Okay.
I actually like having only candles. Kind of soothing.
How do I talk with him about that stuff? No, place map. Okay.
Okay. I think it's time for us to hit the road. You're not getting better. We're almost out of supplies.
No, I'm okay.
He's trying to reassure his
It's just a
brother.
cough.
Yeah, a bad cough that won't go away. Trust me, Daniel.
I hope he's vaccinated
need
for
some medicine.
tuberculosis.
Look. Here.
Beaver Creek? What's that?
That's where Karen's parents... our grandparents live.
Okay.
Karen's parents? Grandparents?
So we can go there and
What did he...
they'll probably help us.
Why do you always force us to run, Sean? What if they don't like me?
Wait a second. Wait a second. He called Karen's parents. What if they are not? They are half brothers, not blood brothers. That's what I'm getting at. What if they don't like me? He's scared because these are not his biological grandparents? Or is he adopted? Guys, the plot thickens.
They're family, right? Plus they owe us for what Karen... for what Mom did.
Why is he...
You sure?
He's
It would be cool
What
to spend
did
Christmas with
the man
our
do?
grandparents.
What did the
Man,
mom do?
they're gonna love you. Grandpa's super cool, and I'm sure you guys will be best buds.
Well, okay.
What did the mom do?
Mushroom has to agree too. She's part of the team. What do you say, girl? Okay, when?
Tomorrow. The sooner the better.
Because either he really hates his mom, or these are not Daniel's biological grandparents. That was I'm getting out of the conversation. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see.
We have a long road ahead.
We should do something fun for our last night here. How about a game of dice? If I win, I get to draw on your backpack.
You know I'm gonna win and draw a dick on your back, right?
I don't think so, loser. Party time.
Alright, there's gonna be like a
Okay,
mini game.
Ready to lose, Captain?
What's your butt, matey? Here we go. Just need a 6, a 5, and a 4. Oh! This ship is mine. Captain's ready to rule.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I have a crew now. Here comes the loot. Better than nothing.
I don't know what I'm doing, guys.
Here you go, cargo. Oh, I'm a sucky pirate. Alright, your turn.
He's gonna use his powers to get the preferred dice, right?
Got a ship now.
No? Oh no, he's just using it to move it.
I need a captain. Come on. Here you go,
I could have
Captain.
thrown 3 times to get a better... Never mind. I don't know how to play this game, sorry.
Come on, give me something. Anything. Phew, it was a close one. Ah, pretty good.
I'm still better.
Come on, my turn. Can I get something better this time? Complete ship. What the hell?
We'll see.
What do I do now?
I wonder what we would have done if we didn't find these dice.
I don't know. Probably read all these books.
Boring. You remember that time I beat Dad at chess?
You mean we beat Dad?
Yeah, you did help me distract them. I bet he would have liked this game.
Definitely. He was a great pirate. Just like us.
Captain Diaz, King of the Seas.
I wonder what's the
score
business
now.
with the mom. Like, I'm
Pretty
really
please.
intrigued now.
Cool. Do you think Grandma and Grandpa will have a console?
I don't think so, dude. Sorry.
No biggie. I like playing dice and stuff too.
Whoa. Daniel the big nerd. Getting sick of screens.
No way. It's nice for a change. But I still want my playbots.
Yeah. I bet.
I hope Noah is keeping our Minecraft fortress alive. For when I come back.
I'm sure he is, pal. No way he gave up your super kingdom.
Can we stop? Do I have to continue this fucking game rules? Oh, fuck. age gap between Daniel and Sean. Daniel is 9 and Sean is 16. Okay. No crew without a captain, and no captain without a ship. Ship 6, captain 5, crew 4. When the ship, the captain, and the crew are complete, only then you can use the last dice to score some loot. Player with the highest loot over 20 wins the game. 6, 5, 4. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready to set sail.
Alright.
Mushroom's growing up so fast.
Really? I don't see much difference.
Well, she's still a tiny dot, but I can tell she's getting old. And smart. You're a smart girl, right? She's so cute. I'll love her forever. Come on, give me something. Anything.
I hope the
I
dog
wanna get a
doesn't
full
die because
ship.
I will
Come on.
crash out.
0.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay.
I won.
You can draw a dick on my back.
No, don't draw anything horrible.
let me
Draw
think.
something cool.
Hold on. It's not an easy one. Needs concentration. Ta-da!
I drew a wolf for him because I love him.
Whoa, it's so cool. Thanks, Sean. So, let's do another one?
No, I'm not playing another fucking
It's
game.
bedtime. Gotta get up early.
I'm gonna finish my comic book. She has to pee.
Okay. I'll take her out for a walk.
You're going to smoke. Gross.
You're right. Don't smoke.
I want a cigarette
But-
now.
It's our last night, so we can do anything.
Don't
Alright,
say that, he's
alright.
gonna get the wrong idea.
I heard you the first time, dude.
Sean, talk to me. Tell me what's the deal with your mom. Actually, guys, I just wanted to tell you. Actually, I am the real mother. Sorry, you had to learn this way, but they are actually my sons. Karen, she never existed. I am Esteban's real wife, and I am very distraught over his death. I will accept any condolences. He aged so much, man. Like on his face, he has wrinkles. Yes. Snow is snowing, falling. We raised them to be bilingual. Sorry, they just never spoke Polish in this game because you know they struggle a little bit with that. But yeah, they are trilingual. If Sean had the powers, he would have been so much easier. But I guess we will take what we can get. Life is Strange 2. Episode 2 rules. So that was just like the prologue of episode 2, and I already... Okay, let's play for a little bit more and then we will move on to the discussion. Because it's not the problem that the game is a bit slower paced, right? We're still having fun. Maybe their mom had some sort of powers and that's how Daniel got them. If that is like his biological mom, like my sense of humor is very corny and I have much better sense of humor in Polish. But that's because but it's only funny to me because Poles have a very peculiar sense of humor, like very sardonic, self-deprecating, and like Poles are just a nation of haters. Like if I made some of the jokes that I make in my private life here, I would be cancelled. Tell us some jokes, Zork. We need a joke. We need a joke from Zork. Joke from Zork. Joke from Joke from Zork. All right. Autosave. Good to know. I hope nothing bad happens now. Like I'm constantly on edge, thinking that something horrible. They cleaned up. That's nice.
Hey, Daniel. How are you doing?
It sucks.
I'm coming.
What is his problem again? Joke from Zork. We're waiting, dude. Everyone has demands.
So, what's going on?
It doesn't fit in. There's too much stuff. It's fucking bullshit.
No!
Okay, no more swearing.
Sure. But
Listen,
you're
I
always
understand
polite.
that he is
Come on.
stressed out
Chill
already,
out.
but don't say that.
What did you pack in? What the Dude, you can't fit the whole room in. Don't worry. Your super strong big brother can help.
I just let her out. No, don't make me freak out now. Because if
Awesome.
Mushroom dies, it's gonna be horrible.
Thanks, Sean.
I let
Well,
her out because she wanted to go out.
Looks like we're almost set.
Don't make me paranoid, please.
Where's Mushroom?
Still peeing, I guess?
No.
I'm gonna check what she's up to.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll fill up our bottles and I'll catch up with you guys.
Did you guys see that? He just teleported outside. Like, she wanted to go out. Don't make me freak out. Okay. Refill canteen. Something's gonna happen to Mushroom. Please stop, no. If that happens, then I'm reloading the save. I can't take it. I genuinely won't be able to take it. Yes, reload last checkpoint. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, all done. Where the hell is he?
I don't like that, guys. I don't like that.
Daniel! Daniel! Hey, you out here?
No! Fuck! I panicked, guys, sorry. No, it's that.
Daniel!
No. It's that. I should have reloaded before. should have reloaded before.
Where is he?
Please, no, she didn't drown. Please, 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 no, 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 no.
We have a 2-day walk ahead of us. Better get going.
Oh my god.
No. I have to find Daniel and Mushroom.
Daniel? Where are you?
Why did I do this, guys? Blood?
What the fuck happened here?
What? Why do Mexicans make tamales for Christmas? So you'll have something to unwrap. Woo! Not the best moment, but oh my god. 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 No, 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 no. No, no, no.
That's not good.
Oh shit. What did I do, guys? No. No. No, please. No, please. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Daniel? Oh shit.
What the fuck? No. Why? Alright. Fuck this game. Fuck this game. Fuck this game. Fuck this game. And it's because I let her out. He's not gonna forgive him that. I wanted to reload. I should have reloaded before. I'm so pissed off right now, guys. I don't know what to say. No, but like, she was waiting to go outside. What else was I supposed to do? Like, that's the lowest possible move you can make. Introduce an animal and then kill it off. I don't know what to say, guys. Like, all I can say right now is I'm going to have a cigarette. And then we start our A Song of Ice and Fire discussion. And I am actually so mad right now. This comes after I've had like this unpleasant experience before this stream, and this stream, the game that I'm supposed to play, is pulling this shit on me. I'm mad right now. I am pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. Why would they do that? He's not gonna forgive Dany. Like, I'm trying so hard to raise him, for him to be nice and kind and all of that. And now he's gonna be mad at him because it was him who let him out. Alright, I'm going for a cigarette. I need to calm down. Because I am genuinely upset right now. I tried to reload. I was like, I'm going to. I should have reloaded before. All right, listen to some music. I'm going for a cigarette. I need to calm down because I am genuinely upset right now. Like upset. I'm not joking. I will be back in 5 minutes. and I don't want to spoil myself anything, which is why I looked at the Steam page of this episode, and I looked at the trailer. And when they are in the grandparent house, Mushroom is not there. So my suspicion is that the dog dies no matter what, but I'm not sure. If the dog dies no matter what, that is like weirdly comforting, but also kind of manipulative. I'm back. I rose from the ashes. Sorry. But like, I'm really upset. Like, but if the dog dies no matter what, then that is weirdly comforting. That it wasn't my choice that made her die. We will find out next week, but that was just horrible. That was horrible, like genuinely. I need like I need to process this for a second, and then we will go to the discussion. I'm telling you guys, I genuinely got up and just started pacing around my room when that happened. Rule number 1. If you introduce a pet character, you do not kill the pet character. You do not kill the dog. Yeah, in the first Life is Strange, it was also similar. Yeah, I need another Mexican joke, please. In the first Life is Strange game, also no matter what you do, either everyone dies or one person dies. Which is also like kind of, manipulative. And like, I get that it's a dog. It's not like a person, but still. It just... Why would they do that? What did we do to deserve this? I just let her outside. Like, why was there like a fucking lion? What that was? Like, a lynx? Yeah. What is the Mexicans' favorite sport? Let's hear it. Cross cans. All right. Zork said that, not me. I just read the joke out loud. So if anyone has any complaints, direct them to Zork. Zork made that joke, not me. Oh man. Yeah, she was a... Guys, I'm actually crashing out. But you guys know what? I think that she dies no matter what, because there's a reason why they were talking about, oh, we love our dog so much, she's so cute and so great. Because stories, movies, books, they always do that. If a dog is about to die, everyone is like, oh yeah, so good that we have our dog with us. But that just so... I don't know, man. So emotionally manipulative. I bet that if we didn't let her out, we would get like a mission, a side quest to let her out, and we wouldn't be able to progress unless we let her out. That's what I feel would happen if I didn't let her out. And I don't want to spoil the game for myself, which is why I won't Google if that's the case, because I will accidentally like find some spoilers and all of that. I actually got a TikTok recommended to me about Life is Strange, like my Life is Strange hot takes or something like that. And this game has 7 endings, and I got a pretty big spoiler to at least one of them. So, I did what you usually do in that situation, which is why you gaslight yourself to pretend that that you didn't see it, but at least what comforts me is that this only happens in one of or some of the endings, but in overall you have 7 endings, so I hope that this does not happen, the thing that I saw. Like in the ending that I will get. That's the issue with those choice-based games, that it's very difficult to write them without, pushing the audience into a certain direction, because what if one choice affects everything, then more choices affect more things. And that's why Life is Strange, the first part, inevitably, that was even worse, because in Life is Strange you genuinely only had one ending. I mean 2, because you had a final choice. But no matter what you did, it always ends the same, which is just bullshit. That's what people do. Yeah, I gaslighted myself just like that. All right, I think I'm ready to start the discussion, but yeah, like I'm genuinely upset. And that scene of them finding mushroom is in the trailer, so I think that would have happened no matter what, I feel. But why would you do this? Why? I I understand that maybe dogs are difficult to animate or something, but Jesus, then don't introduce the dog. Don't introduce the dog. Just don't do that. The C word, Jesus, how many slurs do Americans have? Christ. All right. Let's put this behind us. What happened, happened. And now I guess we can start today's discussion, which is a discussion about the subject that came out during the last discussion we had a week ago, I mean on Sunday, about the accusation that Daenerys is a white savior, and I wanted to examine like all the for and against arguments. So I guess we will start with defining what even is a white savior. And you guys will have to forgive me that I use like Wikipedia as a source. I generally avoid using Wikipedia as a source. I try to find better sources, and because people like over rely on Wikipedia a lot. So I will read to you what the definition of white savior that Wikipedia gave me. The white savior is a cinematic trope in which a white central character rescues non-white, often less prominent characters from unfortunate circumstances. This recurs in an array of genres in American cinema, wherein a white protagonist is portrayed as a messianic figure who often gains some insight or introspection in the course of rescuing non-white characters, or occasionally non-human alien races that substitute as non-white civilizations, from their plight. The narrative trope of the white savior is one way the mass communications medium of cinema represents the sociology of race and ethnic relations, by presenting abstract concepts such as morality as characteristics innate, racially and culturally, to white people, not to be found in non-white people. This white savior is often portrayed as a man who is out of place within his own society until he assumes the burden of racial leadership to rescue non-white minorities and foreigners from their suffering. As such, white savior stories have been described as essentially grandiose you know what I mean, and narcissistic fantasies of psychological compensation. In The Whiteness of Oscar Knight, 2015, Matthew Hackney describes the narrative structure of the subgenre. A white savior film is often based on some supposedly true story. Second, it features a non-white group or person who experiences conflict and struggle with others that is particularly dangerous or threatening to their life and livelihood. Third, a white person, the savior, enters the milieu and through their sacrifices as a teacher, mentor, lawyer, military hero, aspiring writer, or wannabe Native American warrior, is able to physically save, or at least morally redeem, the person or community of folks of color by the film's end. Examples of this genre include films like Glory, Dangerous Minds, Amistad, Finding Forrester, The Last Samurai, Half Nelson, Freedom Writers, Gran Torino, Avatar, The Blind Side, The Help. And I also saw the movie Lawrence of Arabia as an example of a white savior movie. And another thing, I have nothing to add. This is just theoretical background that we will be, using as a framework to discuss this trope. There was some discussion about whether Dune is a white savior movie, but I will I will read a message. Oh yeah, I showed my partner your video, Jaime Lannister, and you were able to change her mind on his redemption, and I think that's impressive because she's incredibly stubborn, so thanks. Well, yeah, I'm happy that happened. This is a Jaime slander account. About the white savior. So I saw some people claim that Dune is a white savior movie, like a white savior narrative because it's based on a book. And I will have to disagree because it's kind of the entire point that he's not a savior. It's kind of a big point that he's not a savior. And still people have issues in recognizing that Paul is not a hero. To the point that when I was doing my video on Dune, and is the nerd like Paul, then I read that Frank Herbert, who wrote the original Dune, he was very disappointed with the reception, and that's why he wrote Dune Messiah, where he specifically included the part in which Paul goes to terrorize the galaxy and kills billions of people and name drops the Ocean Masterman and goes oh, he's an amateur or whatnot. I would not say that Paul is the construction of the white savior, but he's generally meant to be a deconstruction of the messianic figure trope. So I would not say that Paul is a white savior. He's the very opposite of a savior. There's also this movie Freedom Writers. I never watched it, but it's apparently about a white teacher in a... she has black students predominantly. And it's based on a true story, but the issue is that this movie centered her and not those kids, contrary to how it was in real life. And there's also this hilarious TikTok that made me laugh for solid 20 minutes because it shows this trope really well, which is why I want to show this TikTok to you guys. So, wait a second. Alright, do you see it? I hope you do. Let's watch. Why is there no sound? Because okay, sorry. Let's watch.
Hi, I'm looking for the Beyond Jones.
This is she.
Can you see it? Because, wait. Okay, sorry.
Hi, I'm looking for the mother of Sean Quavion Jones.
This is she.
I'm Miss Sally Jenkins. I'm his new English teacher. I sent a couple letters to
You know you got a
enrollment.
lot of nerve showing your face around these parts. Knocking on people's doors and things.
The higher learning program is a great opportunity for Sean Quavion. I really think
Elegant and DeLongene. Y'all got one more time, or that's both y'all asses. My mama always told me never show up to nobody's doorstep without no good reason. So what reason you got? Because if you ask me, this higher learning thing ain't paying the bill, so what sense it make to send my son out there?
your son has a lot of potential, and I think that he could
Miss
truly.
Jenkins, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now look, you seem like a very nice and kind lady, and I hate to make you drive all the way up here for no reason, so I'll be pleasant. But if you ever show up on my doorstep without a solution for how to feed 8 of these mouths and the 9th that's hanging off my teeth as we speak, I'm gonna be anything but.
Hey, Sean Quavion.
You don't got no business talking to nobody but the person who put the food on the table around here.
My apologies, Miss Jones. You have a good night.
You look so peaceful. I would be too if this world was made for me.
Wait, Miss Jones, please.
This is not Freedom Writers, right? I never watched this movie, but I watched some critiques, like some very short TikToks that was critiquing it. The issue
For the
isn't
mother of Sean Quavion.
God. Pause this movie. Pause this thing. That the issue is that the movie does not center them, but that white teacher. That's the issue. Wait, let's read the comments. I can't read the comments unless like, oh wait, I can read the comments like that. Why the parent always so offended? Don't forget how they always assume it's CPS. It's giving Freedom Writers. Yeah, we discussed that. And she will be played by Jennifer Hudson. They always purposefully make the mom like weirdly evil and mean to her kids, so you don't feel bad for her being in a tough situation and want the protagonist to succeed. Yeah. And she's pregnant. The wrong class, sorry. Why does it give Matilda? And she shows up in the closing scene to support Quavion in this spelling bee. Unfortunately, the only 2 white savior movies I know are based on true stories. And it's one of my favorite movies, but this sounds exactly like Angela Bassett from Aquila and DP. I actually cringed at how I thought The Blind Side was like endearing when I was a child. And the kid's always hungry. It's giving fascist. It's giving the mama from Honey as well. I hate these movies. I feel so validating now. Nobody talking about her acting, the writing, the whole scene was brilliant. Yeah, it was. It's really good. It's really well made. Wait a second. Okay, let's go back to watching my meme college. All right, so I think this can help us get the sense of what a white savior is, because it's definitely not something that pops out just in fantasy. I would actually say that it's, it's more popping out in like regular stories of, everyday life. Precisely, you have like a white teacher that needs to save underprivileged kids, often racialized, like always racialized because it's about being white. But yeah. So yeah, that's in general what a white savior is. Wait, let me look at my notes. Wait, let's answer the question. What do you think about Daenerys and LGBTQ? We don't really have much on the page about that at all, but I think she's pretty much accepting, especially compared to like everyone in Westeros. Daenerys has a sexual encounter with another woman, so I don't know, because like whether the status of queer people in A Song of Ice and Fire, and in that world, it's kind of, it's not really explored. There are a few characters. We have John Con, but I think that Daenerys, with her like compassionate nature, she wouldn't care. Honestly. Yeah, but like that's the thing. It's not about her doing something good, because she probably is like objectively doing something good by helping out those kids. It's about centering her. Like I can't tell you because I never watched that movie. So I would have to watch it and report back to you. I don't always have notes, but like I was writing down some issues I want to, because I researched the subject, not just the white savior narrative, but what people had to say, and I think I have several interesting points to raise. So first of all, this whole white savior business, the discussion around it, rose in prominence after a scene in the show. We know which scene, very unfortunate, and George R.R. Martin was asked about that. And he wrote on his blog posts on Not a Blog, and it goes, Dany is white, just as she has been from the beginning, and she may or may not be a savior. The last scene in Misa is not the end of her journey by any means, but she frees slaves of all colors, races, creeds, and nationalities. There is no racial component to slavery as practiced on Essos. It is based on slavery as it existed in the ancient world. The Romans and Greeks were just as willing to enslave other Greeks and Romans as they were Celts, Goths, Germans, and Africans. It's on the page. I am the author of the novels. I have lived in this world, off and on, since 1991. I know what I wrote. I know what I intended. And there's also this interview. I showed it a couple of times in my videos. So I will show it to you right. Wait, it's 13 minutes long. So yeah, like that is just enough. Yeah. He mentions in that video that the reason why this scene is written the way it is, but like, yeah, we can absolutely criticize the way it was written as well. The reason why there's mostly like brown people there is because the scene was filmed in Morocco. That is obviously not an excuse for the way D&D wrote that scene. Because like there was no reason for them to like lift her up like that. She could have just walked amongst them and like chill with them, because in the book she's on a horse when that happens. And what also happens in the book is that it's highlighted that the slaves are not Giscari. I mean, some of them are, but it's important that in the book they are calling her not just Misa, which is old Giscari for mother. They are calling her different languages. So let's read out loud. Misa, a brown-skinned man, shouted out at her. He had a child on his shoulder, a little girl, and she screamed the same word in her thin voice. Misa, Misa. Dany looked at Missandei. What are they shouting? It is Giscari, the old pure tongue. It means mother. Dany felt a lightness in her chest. I will never bear a living child, she remembered. Her hand trembled as she raised it. Perhaps she smiled. She must have, because the man grinned and shouted again, and others took up the cry. Misa, they called. Misa, Misa. They were all smiling at her, reaching for her, kneeling before her. Maela, some called her, while others cried, Aelala, or Cathay, or Tato. But whatever the tongue, it all made the same thing. Mother. They are calling me mother. And like, about D&D, this scene was not, I saw people claim or imply that this was like that this was intentionally written to show Daenerys as a bad ruler, as a bad potential ruler. Do you guys, and like, no offense, but do you guys really think that two white men who have established themselves as like very misogynistic before, and like very prejudiced, and like probably, you know, I will not be accusing them, but like they are absolutely misogynistic. They would not have the capacity to write a scene with such nuance. This was not them letting the audience sneakily know that there's like something wrong with Daenerys because she is a white savior. No, they were just insensitive. There was no people of color in that writing room, okay? Nobody looked them in the eye and said, well, what the fuck, write this scene differently. And about this scene, there's something very interesting I want to show you guys. This scene was released in 2013. So it was 14 years after the release of A Storm of Swords. It was 3 years after the conclusion of the series as we have right now, in, as in A Dance with Dragons came out in 2019. And I read the books in like 2014, so I don't know how the fandom was before that. But I was always curious if the criticism of Daenerys as a white savior existed prior to the show, prior to that scene with that very unfortunate visual. And I will also talk about how this implied something about the setting that isn't true either. But I went on Google Scholar, and I know full well that Google Scholar is not the end of all, right? And I searched Daenerys White Savior, and obviously we had articles about that and all of that, and we also had the dreadful analysis that we talked about last week. But then I decided to do something else. Namely, I set the dates from 1991, 1993, which was the release of A Game of Thrones, to 2013, the release of season 3 of Game of Thrones, and repeated the query, Daenerys White Savior. And can you guess how many responses I was given by Google Scholar? 2. And that was like the full, really, the PDF of the books. Right, let me show this because I have this in my notes. Yeah. Here. We can actually repeat it. Daenerys Targaryen White Savior. And now. Nothing. Nothing. If we change the query to 2014, and boom, a year later, all of a sudden, we get this, Women in Game of Thrones, V.A.E. Frankel. I am somewhat familiar with this here, but it's still very little. I think that V.E. Frankel was the first person to, position it as such. 2015. Also nothing. Aside from, this one. No, wait, there's a new one. H. Smith, A Game of Archetypes, the subversion of medieval narratives in Game of Thrones. Then there is Stormont, the narrative of the White Westerner crusading for a cause to act as a savior is doomed. Yeah. 2016. Yeah, Misa or Monster, another great essay from our friend Rachel Hartnett. V. Frankel. White Westerner, that we saw that. Sinner and Savior. Yeah. Daenerys is the female version of the Imperial White Savior who colonizes Essos. Yeah, but before that, before the show, nothing. Just nothing. And I feel like that's relevant. I feel like people, like that visual, that the dreadful, absolutely dreadful visual, like don't get me wrong, it's a dreadful, horrible visual, is what caused all of this in the first place. Because prior to the show, it was clear to everyone that slavery in Essos is not race-based, that Daenerys, you know what I mean, right? Everyone knew that. And it's that thing in the show that just poisoned all of the discourse. And like, obviously, I acknowledge that Google Scholar is not the end of all of that. It's a good tool, but just not the only tool. But like, I had a limited time to search for that. But I feel like that's relevant. I feel like that's absolutely relevant and should be taken into account. And I also have not scholarly input, but there was this person, still is, I assume, that they are semi-inactive right now on Tumblr. And like, I get it. I'm gonna use Tumblr as a source. Yeah, don't play with me. I just don't think that we need to only use academic sources. So this person who's wait, let me show you. Any time. I think that we were mutuals. And if we weren't mutuals, this person was mutuals with my other mutual and friend Whimsy. So we're basically mutuals in law. So this person, as you can see, is Cree Metis. They are indigenous. And this was the post I spoke about the last time. About how Daenerys is a white savior in a way a white savior perceives himself or herself. And I'm gonna read this to you out loud. Dany isn't a white savior as we understand them in our world. It's hard to explain, so I will leave it at this for now. She's what a white savior pictures themselves as, what they model themselves after, but she herself is not a white savior. The context needed for her to be a white savior does not apply. It's debatable if it even really exists in A Song of Ice and Fire. This is because in A Song of Ice and Fire, the construct of race hadn't been invented. And obviously, George R. R. Martin is a writer that exists in a world where that concept is very much present, and there's some racism and orientalism in the work proper. But it's also important to understand that race does not necessarily function within the story from the Watsonian perspective the way it does in our world. Okay, that's important to know. A white savior is someone who benefits from oppression and wants a pat on the back for playing hero by softening that oppression for a day. The closest she gets to white savior territory is actually in book 1 when she protects the women from Drogo's men. And even then, she had little agency to do anything further, was far more helpful than most white saviors could ever dream of. And most importantly, that's when she learns you can't hide behind small mercies in unjust systems. You need to abolish the unjust systems. If anything, her early arc is literally an anti-white savior arc, because white saviors don't use their power to abolish unjust systems. The unjust systems are the source of their power, and they use their power to hide their complicity behind the very small mercies Dany knows to be insufficient. And there's another person I want to show you. And this is also a person that was on Tumblr. Wait, I thought I'm showing you my notes, and apparently I'm still showing you that fuck-ass college. So I'm sorry about that. Never mind. I read it out loud. This person, the person who wrote this is Metis and Cree. So I think they are equipped in speaking about that. And there's another person that I found on Tumblr. whose name is Rachel and whose handle is wait, what was their handle? I forgot. Mrs. Gojo Satoru. Very, very good name. And she is Palestinian American. And is a PhD student in media studies. So even though that person was not published, they are a PhD student, and I think we can take their insights into account. And this is something interesting because once on Tumblr I had someone whom I have liked, I don't know, because it was an anonymous message where they said that they are also Palestinian and that Daenerys is basically a refugee, and that's why they sympathize with her so much as a character. And Rachel, Mrs. Satoru Gojo, Mrs. Satoru Gojo, yes, wrote something very interesting that I saw other people speak about as well. But I just want to read this to you to challenge some beliefs that we encountered on this channel, okay? So let me read this out loud. So, I've had the theory of Daenerys' story being coded as a woman of color story for a while now. For a character routinely accused of being a colonizer, imperialist, and white savior, she has a lot of fans who are in fact women of color, very often from or with family from formerly or currently imperialized or colonized lands, myself a member of the Palestinian diaspora included. I actually started thinking about this back in like 2016, before I went to school and really got a lot of the language to talk about what I was seeing. I have a background in popular culture studies. My BA and MA are both in popular culture. I received a minor in film studies. I also have a graduate level certificate in women's studies. In the fall, I will be a PhD candidate, likely in American culture studies. I tell you all this now to firmly root myself as an authority in this position. I have 6 years of formal education in media studies. I maintain this position, that her story is one that belongs to a woman of color. Daenerys is white in art and casting because white is an unmarked identity. To even the author, he feels that if Daenerys were anything other than white, it would need to be remarked upon, though at one point he does describe her as dark enough to be mistaken for Dothraki. That is largely ignored by both audience and author. Despite the fact that Daenerys is not racialized via race characteristics in the text, her story is familiar to so many women of color. She is a young girl, sold into bridal slavery, part of a diaspora, a refugee forced from her home after the few remaining members of her family are killed after war and conquest in her homeland. While these traits aren't necessarily racial ones, they are familiar to many people who have or their family members have been brutalized by Western imperial powers. It goes deeper than that though. Though these few markers make her relatable to those of us who have been or have family who has been brutalized by the West, Daenerys is also orientalized within the text, and the fandom reaction is to quite literally hate this dragon lady. Daenerys is contrasted to Sansa within the fandom often, and I do think these contrasts are interesting because Sansa reads as very white. She is protected by the author in ways that Daenerys is simply not. This is most glaringly obvious in the ways that George sexualizes Daenerys and does not do the same to Sansa. The girls are only a few years apart in age. Daenerys' body is remarked upon almost immediately. Viserys makes comments about her breasts and touches her, and almost immediately in her story, the reader is given a sexualized rape scene with Daenerys. Throughout a Game of Thrones, where Daenerys is 13-14, she is consistently exoticized with her white silver hair and violet eyes, and eroticized through the spectacle of her body. George writes about her breast and vagina in scenes where that is often not even necessary, such as bathing scenes. This is contrasted sharply by Sansa, who by a storm of swords is the same age as Daenerys and forced into a marriage against her will, but is not raped. Nor does George spend time lingering the gaze on her breasts or genitals. Sansa's body is protected in a way that Daenerys' is not. That is particularly telling as white womanhood is worth protecting, while the other then has to be function as the site of desire. The only other characters eroticized the same way Daenerys is arguable are Aryan and Celaena of Myr. Even Caitlyn and Ygritte, who have sex scenes within the book, are not constantly eroticized the way Daenerys is. To my knowledge, I can't recall a scene where Kat thinks of her breasts moving under her dress the way Daenerys does about the painted vest at the end of A Clash of Kings. This exotic erotic spectacle is not uncommon in the Orientalism of women of color in 19th century paintings and stories. Furthermore, along the lines of Orientalizing the Targaryens in text, most people in Westeros treat the Targaryens as if they are otherworldly gods or mad barbarians. That every Targaryen has the potential for madness, which always translates into inferior intelligence and violence, is not unlike the way white people have thought about people from the Orient. They are less civilized in opposition to the rest of Westeros, who is more civilized. Fans have internalized this madness-greatness paradox and consistently use it as an attempt to brand Dany as a foreign invading threat. They argue she has no right to the country, even though Targaryen blood is what the Baratheons claim allows them the throne, and consistently paint her as a threat. Once Daenerys comes, she will burn the water gardens, she will burn King's Landing, she will burn the whole country down. This is not a far cry from similar rhetoric we see about refugees and immigrants coming into the country. White people consistently paint people of color as a threat to their country, one that must be stopped from invading at all costs. It's this Orientalism, both in and out of text, more than anything else, that codes Daenerys as a woman of color. Because she is not offered the protection of white womanhood, because she is written as an erotic, barbarous other, women reject her in favor of clinging to Sansa, a proper representative of white womanhood. My throat got sore. I hope I won't be coughing too much. But yeah, this is just something interesting that I found, because I saw this claim that Daenerys is uniquely appealing to white women specifically. And I think this post contradicts this assertion, because I have not run a census. But genuinely, most of Daenerys fans that I've encountered are indeed women of color that see themselves in her experience. And obviously not all of them, but a significant portion of them are women of color. I don't know if most, but a lot of them. So I just don't think this is the case. And I also don't think that she's uniquely appealing to white supremacists, because if anything, the most reactionary people in this fandom hate her, and they hate the Targaryens on xenophobic grounds. And that's another thing. That is something that popped out in that essay, right, that I responded to in September. That everyone in Westeros, aside from arguably Dornish people, is white. But Daenerys is treated as this super uniquely white, the most white of them all. And that is even outside of the headcanons, right? Hello, Cinderas. That is even outside of the headcanons. And I have long wondered why this is the case. Which, by the way, I don't mind any headcanons, right? But it's really strange that people are... I don't know how to put this into words. I feel like I shouldn't be talking about this, but this topic of discussion came about, and I just feel we need to tell you this, because this post kind of opened my third eye. And also, what I wanted to add, I have a friend who is Romani, and she's not a Daenerys fan. Yes, we are talking about whether Daenerys is a white savior or not. That's the topic of discussion today. Daenerys is not her favorite character. Actually, Stannis is her favorite character, which... go figure. And she told me that, like I said, Daenerys is not her favorite character, But when she was reading this scene of Miri Mazdur killing Rhaego and rendering Daenerys infertile, she had like a full body shudder because this reminded her of forced sterilization. And obviously, Miri Mazdur is not a state, right? She cannot be a state enacting forced sterilization policies, but she kind of is sterilized against her will, and that is the experience many women of color have, especially in Europe. This was the case with Roma people for until very, very recently, until the 2000s, yeah, and perhaps even later. So that's what I wanted to say. And I was coming back to this, like, Dany's alleged ontological whiteness. I was long wondering why that is. Because for whatever reason, people believe that having violet eyes and silver hair is makes her more white than the Starks, who have gray eyes and brown hair. And I think this is something that this is white people's colorism, okay? I have genuinely never experienced anything like that in Poland. When people were telling me that in America, people have this particular obsession with white women, specifically with blonde hair and blue eyes, to the point that white women who have different coloring are considered like less desirable and all of that. And that's white people's colorism, which I find hilarious. So I think that's the gist of it. That Daenerys is more white because she is closer to that archetypal, beautiful white woman. But yeah. So because Daenerys has light hair and eyes, she's subconsciously assumed to be more white because of this. This is a small point, but it's also strange she's imagined as somehow more white when we remember she has a Dornish great-grandmother, I think, unlike most Westerosi nobility. Yeah, that's also true. And she has also significant First Man ethnicity from Beta Blackwood. And like, it's said in the text that Daenerys could be taken for a Dothraki. And that she, weirdly enough, she does not have sunburn when she is riding with the Dothraki. Like, obviously, I'm not saying that she is a woman of color, but the way she is written makes her resonate with women of color. And I personally really always like the headcanons of East Asian Valerians. And I don't really imagine people's faces when I read, but yeah, I really like this headcanon. Which is, you see, we see the same character, but imagine different things and see different things in them. So I find it really unproductive. I find it really unproductive to just have such a black and white morality about it, because I don't know how to put this in words again. I got upset about the dog again. What I mean is that people have this totality that either she's, she must be that colonizer. And apparently if a person of color sees themselves in her experiences, that doesn't mean that they're just wrong. Does that mean that they just don't have the right to do that because we decided that Daenerys is this and that? I don't think that. And like, yet another thing is that's connected to that is, how can people say that Targaryens are white supremacists when everyone in Westeros outside of Dorne is white, and they intermarried with them 3 times? Someone explain this to me. Like, it has to be that. It has to be white people's colorism. Yeah, definitely. She's held to a much higher start. What I want to say is that we shouldn't make those sweeping statements like that about, what she represents in the story and all of that. Which is why I think sort of we will not have the conclusion to this discussion. And this is yet another thing I want to point out, because over the course of my time in this fandom, yeah, if they only cared about white features, they should only be marrying each other. But they intermarry with other houses far more than they do with each other. And they started doing this pretty quickly, even before the Death of Dragons. And also, like, again, this is a Watsonian observation, in case anyone wants to search it. They do not have the concept of race the way we do in that world. So they cannot be white supremacists. You can like do a reading of them that is like that, and I need to go and drink some water, and I think I will go for a cigarette. Yeah, that's fine. Because like every single time I start this stream, my throat gets sore and I'm just coughing, and that has to be super annoying. So if you guys have any insights, share them, please. And right now I'm going for a smoke and to drink some water. I will be back in 5 minutes. I'm back. What did I miss? Well, actually, Feli goes by Feli, not Bella. But okay, I'm glad that you have a new person to watch. I see. I actually dislike most of them. Like, I'm not hiding it. I'm a hater. There's like a select group of people I trust in the Song of Ice and Fire, and that's all. Yeah. But it's good that you're diversifying your opinions. I think that's good. Because I feel like the voices that are present in the community, like people with platforms and all of that, there's kind of little variety. Like, my goal here was always to offer a completely different perspective that I felt was lacking. And I think that I achieved this to some degree. There's also been like a shift in how Daenerys is spoken about, even in those communities that used to be like very vitriolic towards her, like Reddit and all of that. Like, obviously there's still hate, but I like to be a bit narcissistic and think that I made a contribution to a slight shift in how she's being discussed. Because, for example, on Reddit, people will strongly defend Daenerys from things that before she was like regularly disparaged for. Yeah, that's the thing. People in this community, there's this like unspoken belief that that whatever people with microphones say and have a lot of subscribers is like gospel. And a lot of that is just bullshit, let's be honest. I'm not naming names, but a lot of this is bullshit. And like I said, the approach I have, because contrary to what is often said about me, it's not that I just close myself in my echo chamber and never hear out other people's opinions. The issue is that I was hearing those opinions for a very long time, and at some point I was like, some of this is bullshit, and on some of these things I have different opinions. And that's why I started this channel, basically. And I like, again, not to be narcissistic, but I feel like it was needed. Because I've received a ton of comments that were like, finally, someone who is saying what I've been thinking. And that's really uplifting in general. But yeah, let's go back to our discussion, right? About white savior Daenerys. So the definition I provided at the beginning with and the TikTok we watched, I feel like this is not a white savior narrative for the simple reason that Daenerys is not specifically dealing with racialized slavery. And even if we take the argument that, you know, the Giscari, that she is a white savior to the Giscari masters, but she's kind of not a savior to them either. It's like a kind of a big point that they are her enemies, and that's another thing people don't realize. It's not that these slaves that are in Mirin, Astapor, and Yunkai are all Giscari. Some of them definitely are, because we have the mention of the Giscari who look just like Krasn's Monaclos, that they have the Giscari look. But a whole lot of them are not Giscari. Thank you for the nice comments. I keep getting distracted by the chat. And I don't finish any of the thoughts that I have, I just move on. Sorry. So I wouldn't say that she is a white savior to the Iskari, definitely. And like I say, these slaves in Mirin, most of them, probably most of them are not Giscari. Like, Missandei is not Giscari. And like, there's even a scene in the beginning of A Dance with Dragons where a Valyrian slave is killed, Stalwart Shield. So I wouldn't say that she's like showing the Iskari a better way. But I don't know, maybe you guys have counter arguments, because remember, this is a space where we explore ideas even if we don't like it. Yeah, so if you guys, even if you want to play the devil's advocate, then this is the place to do that. And I very much encourage you, because I also don't want this place to become an echo chamber. Like, in my attempt to combat echo chambers, I don't want to create another echo chamber, right? So if someone has arguments in favor of her being a white savior, then I will gladly hear it out. Yeah, and that's why I think that this scene in the show is the source of the white savior argument. Which, by the way, I was going to talk about that. Slavery in Essos in the show is not racialized either. Because white characters are enslaved. Doria is white in the show, and she was a slave. Tyrion and Jorah are enslaved at some point. Dario Naharis was also enslaved at some point. Dark Cineraxis. What does that mean? Does that have a meaning? And why am I a Sith Lord? Maybe I want to be... I don't know anything about Star Wars. Maybe I want to be on the side of light. Did you consider that? So yeah, like, I'm just inclined to believe that this whole argument arose specifically in response to that scene in the show. They are very heavily influenced by the show, which is like also something I want to combat, which is why I made this insanely long and detailed analysis of Daenerys show versus book. But like, a lot of the things are subconscious with how we assume, like, you know, the show's visuals and all of that, which is why separating these two mediums is so important to me. That, yeah, most of us watch the show, and many of us probably watch the show first. But like, you have to make a conscious effort to separate these two, because else we will not go anywhere. And like, this perception is still very visible in many communities, even among people who technically, you know, or we are even among people who claim to be book based. They often veer into that, assuming that the show is also, you know, they subconsciously take the visuals from the show, the plot points from the show, and all of that, and that influences their analysis. Yes, that's why I am on the side of light. Sorry, I am not a Sith Lord. I reject being a Sith Lord. Okay, Grandmaster Ashvrin, that's my Jedi name. Okay. Like, a whole lot of people in this community just straight up did not read the books, even if they pretend that they did. They are either like wiki warriors or not even that. Yeah, confirmation bias, another big problem. I think I told you guys this the last time, that there was this guy on TikTok. was like, oh, Daenerys is constantly threatening people with dragon fire, and only Jorah Mormont is like stopping her from burning everything to the ground. And that's why Daenerys will go mad in the books as well. And I'm like, okay, show me those numerous times. And I still haven't received a response. That was like a very repeated pattern in the show, where Daenerys is like, she wants to burn everything to the ground, and rational men have to talk her out of it. First it was Jorah, and then it was Tyrion. And also, like, how they whitewashed Jorah in the show is just insane. Yeah, they won't reply, and then they will appear once again to Yap, and then you ask them, well, source your claims, silence. Just why I think we just need to banish them. Like, we need to make it so that they are ashamed of their lack of knowledge on the series. Like, that's the only way. Like, no tolerance policy. Yeah, the actor was okay. Like, even George, who is kind of, really bad at those age gaps and all that, even he definitely wrote Jorah as a groomer. And it's not really subtle about that. We need to banish them to the Shadow Realm. I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, sorry. I don't know if Varys is the most evil, but he's definitely not that, oh, I am the servant of the realm type of figure that he was made in the show. Because they removed like his whole motivation as a character, that is young Griff. Like, that was one of the most insane things in the show is how Varys was actively trying to poison Daenerys, but her executing her for that was still framed as her being mad and evil, and oh, look at her, this paranoid mad queen. He was trying to kill her. He was trying to kill her, like, straight up, which is, it's treason, and it's just a fucking insane thing to do. Yeah, but like he's not. Yeah, he does, but he's like not the worst person in the whole book. We have Euron, we have the Mountain, and all of that. Like, he's not the most evil, I think. Oh yeah, that scene with the TARDIS was dreadful as well. No, don't execute them, or you're evil. Like, they just refuse to bend the knee. They refuse the Night's Watch. So what was she supposed to say? Yeah, go in peace. That's like a big pattern. Like, I made a video about this a while ago about how this Mad Queen Daenerys makes it so that the alternative for what Dany should do in certain situations is to just let herself be like violated, hurt, and perhaps even killed. Like, just roll over and die. Like, in season 6, she is threatened with gang rape by those calls, and then Tyrion is like, oh, when she killed those cows, who could argue? They were evil men. What are you talking about? Yes, she's and the goalpost is like continuously shifted about what she should do, what she shouldn't do. When she does something that is like completely reasonable, it wasn't really reasonable. Like yeah, another like really big pattern is that continuous moving of the goalpost. Yeah, but Jon Snow killing Janos Slynt, that's badass. He's begging for mercy. Ah, who cares? I talked about this with my mutual James. He got into like a pretty heated exchange on TikTok, where he said that in the books, executing Janos Slynt is something he wanted to do and it was personal. And people were like, no, he didn't because he's a good person. No. Like at the beginning of the chapter, I don't remember that. That's what James told me. So you need to take his word. He's sharpening long claw, and he's intentionally giving him the order he knows he won't follow, just so he has an excuse to kill him. Like imagine if Daenerys did that. Yeah, like there's always this unspoken assumption that Daenerys just has to be better. And Daenerys should go full Robespierre on those slavers. Like I'm telling you, if Jon was in Slavers Bay, all of them would go on a chopping block. Yeah, that I feel like some of this assumption that Daenerys should be above everything that is happening is precisely because of how good she is. But that is still hypocritical, no matter how you spin it. And also so many things that she does that are just normal are like twisted to be like, oh, that's a sign of her being evil. Yeah, that's exactly it. Darius. Hmm. Like I'm trying to think of some dumb examples I've seen recently about how people, judge Daenerys for like completely normal things. Yeah, I saw people say that Daenerys is gonna be mad because she's eating figs, and figs have bad symbolism. I don't know of fig symbolism. Maybe someone can in the chat can enlighten me. But like, what? Or like, there's this minor character in Duncan Egg that's called Magdanel Lodstone. She is holding Harrenhal at the time of some Blackfire rebellion, I'm not sure, and people said that she's foreshadowing for Daenerys to be mad because their names are similar, Danelle and Daenerys. I don't think Daenerys and young Griff will ever meet. Sorry. Casual opinion incoming. I think Stannis won't stop at burning Shireen. I think if it gets him a win, he'll reach his point where he never stops and becomes a serial burner. I'm not sure about that. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. I think him. I actually had a theory about Stannis for a second now. That once he burns Shireen, he won't have an heir. And he will hear about the dragons. And there will be like a parallel scene because in a Game of Thrones, Robert Baratheon decides to. He sent assassins after Daenerys. And on his deathbed, he says, "Call them off, let the girl live." And I think Stannis will have a similar scene that on his deathbed, he will tell Melisandre or whoever else is gonna be around to go take Daenerys because she's their hope at defeating the White Walkers. And that's the craziest thing is that after Shireen dies, she might actually be next in line because they are related. They are like second cousins or something. And he may. That's like my crack theory, yeah? Don't take it seriously, but I think he might actually name her his heir. Imagine how mad Stannis fans will be when that happens. If that happens. Like, was not when. I actually don't think there's a high likelihood of that happening. It's just like a little theory I have. Yeah, I wish, but if if that happens, then the matter of if Daenerys is a mad queen will be considered settled, and also she will be a kinslayer. Six. In what I Claudius, one of George R. R. Martin's inspiration for A Song of Ice and Fire, Augustus, inspiration for Robert Viserys I and Aegon, only ate figs in later life to avoid getting poisoned by his wife Livia. And I need to go and hydrate myself again, as you can hear. So like 10 seconds. I'm back. Company of the Cat made a great video about Stannis, by the way. You should check it out. It's like 2 hours long, so it's also a real. Yeah, the Agamemnon parallel with Iphigenia is definitely something he went to. Which, by the way, people were so mad when they are still mad, to be honest, about that whole Stannis burns Shireen thing. But like he already tried to burn his nephew. Often in literature, example in Shakespeare, Antony and Cleopatra, figs have sexual symbolism. That would be the most obvious reason for George to use them, in my opinion, if they are symbolic that is. I honestly think that it's just a reach. Like someone on the internet saw that Daenerys is eating figs and oh, Mad Queen. That's the conclusion you come to when you have like a preconceived idea in your mind, which is something I made like 2 videos about, so like if you have an assumption that Daenerys is evil, then everything she does will be suspicious. And you can apply the very same reasoning to every other character. And then you will also go around and say that, Jon Snow should be locked up in a mental institution because he kills people. Yeah, and that's why I think that ultimately not my favorite. I'm actually not sure which one of my videos is my favorite, but I think my most important videos are precisely those that Daenerys is not mad, that it's not foreshadowing, both in the show and in the books. The show was like even a bigger treat for me to analyze because I had the conclusion of the series in mind and I could prove point by point why it stemmed from completely fallacious reasoning. In the book discussion, that is not set in stone yet, but it was great to do as well. It's funny how people say, "Oh no, Stannis can't burn Shireen because he's away from the wall," but like Daenerys, she will teleport to King's Landing as Jon Con and Cersei, are just sitting down playing charades, waiting for her to come and do their dirty job for them. I have had several people at this point who are like not Daenerys fans come to me and say, "I get what you're talking about. I get why you are the way you are," because yeah, the way people talk about Daenerys is just so absurd, and it's been really normalized to speak about her in this way. And I feel like a whole lot of people are like, "What the hell are you people talking about?" But they either don't have the platform or a reach, or like the bravery to speak out against the way Daenerys is spoken about. Which is why I like to think that my videos put like some breaks into changing that perception, at least slightly. There's two YouTubers that I know for certain were maybe not outright Daenerys antis, but they were leaning into the Mad Queen theory, and now they both hate it. And speak about it quite frequently. I don't know what you mean, Zork. Like, sorry, I don't get any of the references you're saying. But you should say them. Like I said the last time, don't overestimate yourself. You have every right to speak in this community. Given that, people who never read the books while you did speak about it all the time. So say whatever's on your mind. I had this teacher in university. He was teaching a very difficult subject for us, which was phonetics and phonology. But he was really chill, and he would often say, "This is a happy place." Like that was his catchphrase. Every time we were like upset about how difficult the subject is, he was like, "Guys, why are you upset? This is a happy place." So yeah, that's how I'm gonna move. This is a happy place, guys. And alright, guys, in 8 minutes, I'm gonna be ending the chat. Because it's late. So if you have something you want to quickly discuss, then now's the time. I feel like I haven't done true justice to the subject that we are discussing. Like, that white savior thing. I think we would have to have an opposing perspective for that to work, because we all agreed with each other, so that was kind of pointless. Like, if you look at the things other characters do and compare it to Daenerys, then not only is she better, she is also judged more harshly. And if anytime I see a character do some fucked up stuff, I think, whoa, imagine if Daenerys did that. Okay, I will remember that. But I'm actually not a Jot basher. Like, I rage bait his fans on TikTok all the time. But I'm just completely neutral to him. Oh, I know what I want to say, like, lastly. Because over the course of my activity here on YouTube and on TikTok, people have been accusing me of, like, some really, really insane things. Like, I had people accuse me of being a Zionist, fascist, Nazi, all of that, because I like Daenerys and the Targaryens. Like, I've got this comment a couple of weeks ago that went, you're using Palestinian genocide to defend fascist Targaryens, and I was like, okay, point out to me where did I do that? And they're like, your entire channel is dedicated to that, which no, it isn't. But like, why would you say this? I consider doing a podcast, answering the questions in the chat. But I'm you guys might not get this impression, but I'm kind of shy to reach out for others. I wanted to make a podcast that would be like Blood of My Blood. That's my working title, where I would invite various Daenerys fans to discuss different things about her. Can I tell another direction of you? It's gonna be a channel anniversary celebration. Yeah, sure. I enjoy doing that. Yeah, but going back to what I said, and I feel like people, because I do not think that liking or disliking a certain A Song of Ice and Fire house is like emblematic of your real life politics or even characters. Like, obviously there are some nuances here and there, but people got really mad at that video where I point out that the first men are settler colonizers. And I think that the reason why they got mad is because they really like to throw those accusations around. If you like the Targaryens, you think incest is good, and like you are a blood purist, which whatever. But I do not have this perception at all. I genuinely could not care less about which houses people like, about which characters people like. I do not give a fuck. If you like the Starks, I do not think you are a colonizer. I don't think you love imperialism or whatever. No, I do not give a damn. But because they think that if you like the Targaryens, you are like a fascist and a Zionist and whatnot, they just sort of project that view on me, when that's never the case. When I say that the Starks are settler colonists, I do not do this because I play at some fan war, because I don't care. That's just my analysis of the story. That one that I haven't seen elsewhere, if I'm being honest. Like, maybe some acknowledgement here and there, but Yeah, wait, I'm gonna try and search for this comment because it was, I don't know why, but sometimes people talk like anime villains when they interact with me. And like, am I just this annoying? Am I so aggravating that I just, that I struck the nerve this much? I will read it. I will try to find this for you. I think I remember which video that was, but I'm not sure. Also, just for the record, let me just say, I am not watermelon emoji pro-Palestine. I am red triangle pro-Palestine, okay? Just so we're clear. Where the hell was this video? I changed all my thumbnails and now I can't find it. I think it was this one. Wait a second. Because I feel the need to say this because a lot of people who call themselves pro-Palestine are just soft/liberal Zionists. And that's not me. That's not me. I'm searching. I'm glad you feel safe here, Zorg. Because I'm not the most patient person around. I'm trying. I do have a bit of a mean streak. I can't get enough of this channel. I'm reading out loud. I can't get enough of this channel. You are genuinely one of the most mentally ill, emotionally disturbed women I have ever come across. You're allowed yourself to vicariously live through the narcissistic, false savior, self-aggrandizement of Dany's character, and when she invariably became the monster, smart, well-read people saw coming since season 3. You had a crisis of identity, and you still haven't recovered. The show held up a mirror to your black heart and revealed it to you, and it was just too much for you to take. I hope you can forgive yourself and move on one day. Wait, that wasn't that common, but it was hilarious nonetheless. But it was definitely from that person, so I just have to... Wait. Because I need to show you guys their reasoning. Oh yeah, I found it. I found it. Listen. The children of King's Landing are just like the children of Gaza, right? Hamas babies. You insane witch sound just like bloodthirst Zionists, excusing the actions of the IDF. And I'm sorry, but that's just funny. Like, that's hilarious. Imagine how angry I must have made that person to type this out. Like, this person sounds like an anime villain. Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, I also had like a guy not that long ago who okay, let's extend the entire the segment for the most insane comments I've ever received because I just need to read some of his comments to me because it was insane. This guy spent like several comments accusing me of having like borderline personality disorder. Wait, I can't find it. I don't give a fuck about how any of these names are spelled. I don't care how your name is spelled. I don't even care how I spelled it. Seriously, that borderline bullshit doesn't work on everyone. So you're sticking with the borderline personality disorder strategy. It's falling. You read my argument and you keep making lengthy responses to it. As I said, I'm willing to watch your foolishness. Keep it up. Typical borderline personality disorder, thinking you're upsetting someone, yet you're frantically flipping through your books, finding long quotes that you think prove things that I don't care about. Then you announce your dysfunction of loving to make people feel bad as if it doesn't prove that you're insane. I'm here because I need to stay awake and you're something to do. Like, am I genuinely this annoying? Because if I am, then I consider this an accomplishment. That I'm able to make people this mad. Like, let's be real, I enjoy rage baiting people to an extent. Maybe that makes me evil, but sometimes that's just the right thing to do, you know? Alright, now I really need to finish this stream. Thank you guys for coming. Rest in peace, Mushroom. We hardly knew you. I'm still very sad. But yeah, we will be back in a week. Hopefully nothing bad happens. And I will think of a topic of discussion for the next week. Or if you have any ideas, then it's your chance to say it now. You have 2 minutes before I finish the stream. Mushroom! Yeah, man, I'm upset all over again about this stupid dog. Oh, that's a good one. I will remember it. Okay, once again, rest in peace, Mushroom, and once again, thank you all for coming.